I am in Pocatello, Idaho, outside of Don Aslett's Museum of Clean. Now personally, I don't like cleaning. I'm kind of a hoarder, trying to change my ways, but I am here to experience this museum and be enlightened by the world of clean and the history of the objects we use to clean. So let's go check this out. It's actually in a really big building. Guessing this should be pretty interesting. The museum is the creation of Idaho entrepreneur Don Aslett. He founded the Varsity House Cleaning Company in 1957 while a student here in Pocatello at Idaho State University, and built the business up to a company that received $190 million in 2006. Aslett is considered one of the world's cleaning experts and has written a lot of books about cleaning. He claims that the amount of time spent cleaning can be cut by 75% if one uses the right tools for cleaning, and also he believes that each person must do their part. In one of Aslett's books, he said that, quote, "If President Bush stayed at my house, he'd know where the vacuum is." These are the original innards of the world's first vacuum cleaner, patented in 1900. The card is a replica, but this is the real thing. Here's the world's only orchestra of clean, an assortment of musical instruments made from recycled materials. As vacuum cleaners are among the primary tools used for cleanliness, there is a massive display showing vacuums throughout history. Here are carpet sweepers, some as old as 1870. This Vac Clean from 1915 was portable and was used in a hotel. There are some handheld vacuums. This is a legendary Douglas cleaner from 1926. Apparently they're either really good or really bad, because if you owned one, you'd know it. The first electrical upright vacuums came about around 1915. This is an Agen vacuum, a non-electric with a wheel-operated suction system. It was used by two people. One person would turn the crank, the other would use the wand to clean. Here's a bunch of sweepers. This is the Whirlwind, the world's second oldest vacuum cleaner. This is original and one of only 3 that still exist today. It's one of their holy grails of vacuum cleaners. You can try out cleaning with some old vacuum cleaners. Here's a hot rod vacuum. The first Electrolux Vacuum. An old-timey British vacuum company salesman's set. In 1896, 2 future titans of industry, William Hoover and James Kirby, fought a duel over their history of antagonism, and each made a dueling pistol from their respective companies' vacuum cleaner handles. And during the duel, they both missed each other. They could both agree that they sucked. This is a replica of the world's first vacuum cleaner, the Daniel Hess carpet sweeper, patented in 1860. This shows how much trash we throw out. It's a lot. And now we're gonna head into the Art Gallery of Clean. That's a bust of Hygeia, the goddess of health, cleanliness, and hygiene. Lots of interesting pieces in here. That's an ancient Roman vase. There's Jesus cleaning feet. That's an ancient Roman bronze sturgill used to scrape dirt and sweat. Believe it or not, this is a mummified janitor taken from King Tut's tomb in the 17th century. Somehow they got a hold of it. And there's a starry toilet seat. This is a 1963 Divco Delivery van. This was used by the National Sanitary Supply Company, one of the most successful janitorial supply distributors back in the day. This building is an old warehouse built in 1915, and it is environmentally friendly. 80% of the materials used in the building were removed and recycled before this place opened in 2011. That's the real trash compactor from Space Shuttle Discovery, which I've seen in person at the Udvar Hazy Center. That shuttle has flown to space more than any other craft in history and has had the most amount of astronauts, so this is where all their trash went. This garage does accurately show how just about everyone's garage looks. It's usually filled to the brink with junk instead of actually being used for, like, our cars. There's some clutter. I'm certainly guilty of that. This highlights the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. We're screwed. Here's a fish tank that depicts what polluted waters look like. For me, this is the highlight of the Museum of Clean. Big Don, the world's largest janitor, at 22 feet tall. He is a muffler man, who originally stood in Nampa, Idaho at a gas station. He was a cowboy muffler man who wore a Stetson hat and carried a rifle. In the early 2000s, he was moved from Nampa to Montana and stood outside of Fort Rockville Casino. Then in 2016, he was sold to Don Aslett and received a full makeover into a janitor. Right by Big Don, there's Noah's Ark for some reason. Apparently, despite all the animals packed into this condensed space, it was very clean. At least this one looks very clean. Didn't find any turds anywhere. There's a Liberty Bell replica and the Preamble of the Constitution. Again, not sure why this is here, but, you know, America. This is the one and only vacuum bag quilt in the world. There's a display of plungers, very important at times. Some old washing machines. This is a currency washing machine. Some ironing equipment. old-fashioned washboards and other washing equipment. Dental hygiene has a place here. That's always important, but that's kind of terrifying. All sorts of toilet artifacts and toilet fixtures like toilet paper. This is the Mausoleum of Clean, items that are past their time and aren't so clean anymore. A genuine Civil War surgery station from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, that was probably not very clean when it was in use. Those are some 19th century high society toilets. This was the private privy of Elizabeth of Bavaria. She traveled extensively and brought this with her. It was quite the luxury item, and it could even flush. There's a fancy Oriental toilet. This is a replica of the privy of the King Duke of Earl. It looks like a Flintstone wheelchair, but you could poop in it. The toilets are actually right by the restrooms, and I will say, despite the cleanliness of this museum, it smelled really bad over here. The clean relics go on and on. There is so much more to cleanliness than I thought. My mind is blown. There's Grumpy Cat in a toilet. The catacombs are not open to the public. Wonder what's down there. That's an old laundry bar. You can get some nice drinks like Clorox right out of there. That's the first automatic floor scrubber, which was produced by Aslett's company in the early 60s. Here's some of Don Aslett's personal attributes like his ties. There's just hundreds of items used for sweeping, mopping, and cleaning of any sort imaginable. Here's a weird mannequin of Mr. Clean as a child with earrings. Even Elvis is ready to do some window wiping. And there's Big Don from above. So wow, this place is really something. Really awesome museum here. Definitely recommend if you're in Pocatello or on I-15 or anything. This is actually super cool, way better than I thought. If you like this video, I have other videos that have weird museums and roadside attractions, so please go check those videos out, and thanks for watching.